1825.
130 to 170.
1881.
130 to 170 AD. All right, we're climbing upstairs now because the museum starts on the uppermost floor, it says.
This is 450 to 420 BC.
This one here to the right?
I thought that was going to be smoother. Look, this one's 80, 180. This just says roughly there's look at your, and they have a.
1914.
First century AD.
Yeah, first century AD for this. First century AD there. And portrait of a young man 70 to 100 AD, which is this one up here. And then this is first century BC or AD.
This is an athlete, so somebody that probably participated
Yeah.
in the original Greek Olympics. These are all Greek marble.
All right, uppermost floor. Here we go. Look at the handrails in here too. See? You guys see this up here? Huh? Yeah, either way. I don't know. We'll check. Because when I'm sure we come back down here, then we can go in there. Ooh. So this must be a new addition because of the plywood.
Or they had to redo some.
Or they had to redo stuff here. It's the same thing? Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. Uppermost floor. Medici Museum. Anno. I can't read that. This is pretty cool.
You might have to.
Okay. Hold on. two of them in there.
I'll take mine. So you can go at your pace, okay?
Okay. All right, so we'll see what this is. Ciao.
That's it.
There we go. This is the roof. Look at all these paintings too. Okay. So, bus with the head of Tiberius. What? Oh, it has the pictures right here. Octavian. Huh? That one is. So this is Madonna and Child, 1250 to 1260 AD. St. Luke the Evangelist, 1280 to 90. Crucifix and 8 stories from the Passion, 1240. This one here is Madonna and Child enthroned with 2 angels. That is from 1230. This is the Blessing Redeemer between the Virgin, St. John the Evangelist, St. Peter, and St. Paul, 1271. Madonna and Child enthroned with the Annunciation, 1210 or 1215. This one here is Crucifix, the Virgin and St. John the Evangelist grieving. A Pious Woman, Angels, and 7 stories from the Passion, 1180 to 1200. This is Madonna and Child with Saints, the Crucifixion, the Way to Calvary, and the Deposition. St. Francis receives the Stigmata. 1240 to 1250 is when they believe that this was done. Bust with the portrait of Julius Caesar. Statue of a woman seated. Greek marble as well. As bad as the night was the Julius Caesar. And then you got photos and stuff up top here. And if you guys look at the ceiling, it flips. It's wild, man. Carlo Magno, Federico Detto il Barbarossa, Massimiliano, Carlo V. di Asburgo. For those up there. There's another statue of the Empress Helena. Portrait of an unknown man, so-called Cicero. That's the Severus Alexander. Let's see if I can get a better. There we go. Natural lighting. House with it. Statue of Ceres. Body in bastonite, head, feet, and hands in Parian marble. Like you said, it's hard to get every single one of these, but all the way down there's going to be stuff on the ceilings. Yeah, I didn't even look at this. This is the funerary relief with bust of husband and wife. And a group of Hercules slaying the centaur Nessus. Roman torso and white marble from Asia Minor. So it says the statue survived from Roman times into the late 16th century only as a headless body of the centaur, also missing most of its legs. Giovanni Caccini, 1556 to 1613, restored the figure of the centaur and created a figure of Hercules virtually from scratch, the feet alone having survived. The group depicts Hercules slaying the centaur Nessus, who had attempted to abduct the hero's wife, Deianira, after offering to carry her safely across a river in full speed. So the feet were saved. All right. I'm gonna kind of keep coming down. So this right here is a bust of a woman so-called Cornelia Solonia. Bust with the head of a man so-called Quintillus. Seems like it gets a better view from the left. There we go.
Hey, boys.
A statue with the head of a young man, so-called Marcus Aurelius. Leader of the Naples. And this is going to be portrait of a man, so-called Caligula. The head of Claudius. So I'm going to hit this side and then come back down, I think. Well, I'm not sure actually. So this is so-called Antonia the Younger. It's all natural lighting in here, you guys. I mean, there's some lighting up on the top, but it's hard to see. Agrippina the Elder. This is Nymph with a panther. Apoximimos. He was an athlete. Nero. Did you see the Venus one yet? Poppaea. These ones are kind of hard to see on this wall. Head of Pope. This is Middle Ages. Okay, so these are more pictures and crosses. Processional cross 1315 to 1320. Maestro della Santa Cecilia. The stories of her life, Saint Cecilia's life, feast, weddings, and so forth. Madonna and Child enthroned with 6 angels, 1320. Madonna and Child enthroned with angels and prophets, Santa Trinidad Maesta. Let's see if I can get it to focus in. There we go. (1306 to 1310). Madonna and Child enthroned with angels and saints. Agnesanti Maesta or Maesta. A lot of Madonna pictures in here. St. Peter, St. Benedict. We're gonna walk around, check out this stuff in the back over here. Where'd you guys come from? Madonna and Child, 1426. (1423) Adoration of the Magi, Christ in Judgment, the Annunciation and Prophets in the Pinnacles, the Nativity, the Flight into Egypt, and the Presentation of the Temple in the Predella. Gosh, wait until I show you guys the one right behind me, the Redeemer Blessing, 1383, Crucifixion, 1390 to 1396. Saint Benedict mends the broken sieve. Saint Benedict exorcises a possessed monk. Saint Benedict drinks poisoned wine. Look at this thing. I'm going to have to back up for this. This is Coronation of the Virgin, Saints, and Angels, the Redeemer, the Annunciation in the Pinnacles, the Nativity, the Adoration of the Magi, and stories of Saint Benedict in the Predella, 1414. If you back up, you can see it's all there, and the stories for each one are on the back, on the bottom right here. It's just beautiful. $13.35. Okay, this is saying a hypothetical reconstruction of the Saint Reparata of Polytich. So they don't even know if that's how it actually was. And another one that's missing. Look at this one. This one stands out on the wall. How's everybody enjoying this right now? Is it coming through all right? You guys able to see everything? St. Matthew and stories of his life. Jesus summons St. Matthew. St. Matthew exposes the magicians accompanied by dragons. St. Matthew raises King Agelipus, a son from the dead. St. Matthew's martyrdom. So that's what a lot of that was in 1367 to 1370. Madonna del Porta crowned by the angels, 1330 to 1335 circa. Annunciation with St. Anselmus and St. Maxima, the prophets Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Isaiah, and Daniel in the pinnacles. Let's talk about 1333. Some wild stuff. St. Peter and St. John the Baptist, an apostle, and St. Paul, 1355 to 15, or 1355 to 1360. Annunciation with St. Francis, St. Nicholas, St. Thomas, and Sainted Evangelists, the prophets Elijah, Aaron, Malachi, and Isaiah, circa 1370 to 1380. Just a lot of stuff. Madonna and Child, 1330 to 1335. The Virgin and her temple right there at that other one. Nativity right here. You can actually see like everything. 1380, tempera on wood. We're going to go ahead and move on, continue down that corridor with all the awesome statues and the bus and everything in it. There's that poet. Alright, so this is Galba. And then this is a statue of a woman sacrificing. It's super hard to show you guys everything in here. This is that young satyr, Mercury. I'm gonna have to come back up here so I could just go ahead and spend all day in here. Vitellius. That's a big dude. Satire with grapes. Vespasian. Titus, the head of Titus. Julia TT. It's hard to see. This is what I'm saying. It's hard to see. The other side is super hard to see. The Scobilus. And then the ceiling. And it comes down to this statue, which is a statue of Bacchant, so-called Ariande. Nerva. Matidia.
Attenzione prego, ricordiamo ai gentili visitatori che la galleria chiude alle ore 18:35. Grazie. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. We want to remind you that the gallery closes at 25 to 7 p.m.
I am going to look for the Venus picture because that's what my wife wanted to come here for. There's so much to see in here. So much. Adonis, athlete. Check out this room.
And this is like one of the really neat rooms. And it's designed to reflect the Medici family's connection to the four elements. So these mother of pearl droplets is water. The red on the walls is fire. The inlaid stone is earth. And if you look all the way up in the top, there's a weather vane, and that's wind and air.
Oh, I didn't see the
Weather vane on there.
You guys heard them. I'm trying to find the Venus. Some more crap, Jesus. What, the Venus painting? See. There it is. So this is what my wife wanted to come and see. A birth of Venus. 1890 or 1485 is when it was done. Captures the moment when the goddess of love and beauty, born of the sea foam and propelled by the winds, reaches the island of Cyprus. Botticelli sought his inspiration in the models of classical antiquity for Venus' modest pose as she attempts to cover her charms with her long blonde hair. The painting is known to have been hanging in the Medici Villa di Castello in 1550. So that's all glass that's in front of it. Portrait of a young man holding a medallion. Okay, 1475 though. But as you see, that's all glass. This is all glass right here. So people won't touch it. so much more to show you guys, but we're running out of time. I would love to continue taking you guys on a tour, but I think I'm gonna have to end it here. Find the wife and son. Nativity thing. Yellow rompers are back. This big ass mural thing. Give me a second, guys. Okay. This is an adoration of the shepherds with angels and St. Thomas, St. Anthony the Abbot, St. Margaret, St. Mary Magdalene, and the Medici Family Annunciation. On the back, 1476 to 1478. Oh, wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. Let's see what's in the back over here. Definitely different fashions over here. Oh yeah, that's really cool. Check that out. I gotta see what this is. Head of a woman, so-called Domitia. Statue of Mars. So this is a portrait of Lucius Aulus Caesar. Sorry. Portrait of Antinous. Get a different view of this one room too, where it's talking about where earth and wind and everything else meets. So the fire, then the sea, and the earth is the floor. And then the wind. It's hard to make it out, but you can kind of see it up there, right? Sorry, it's kind of shaky right there. It's Medici Family. It's just some big people. All right. 1490. Thank you very much for that follow. I appreciate that. Benvenuto. Molto grazie. I appreciate that follow. It's not updating me and letting me know who did it, so just because it wants to be a pain. Alright. So we're going to continue down here. Statue, okay, Adonis. Another statue of Adonis right here. This is just one family's art gallery. It's amazing and sickening at the same time. You know what I mean? Like the Medici family took everything. They were like the original dons of everything, man. Just wild. To think that one family owned all of this. Look at this right here. So, group of Venus and Mars. Sleeping Cupid.
No, non si può fare, signore.
Cosa?
Non si può fare questo discorso qui.
No foto?
No foto, no reprise, no film, né niente.
Perché? Sotto scritto possibile camera, video, foto.
No, ma non col telefono.
No,
Non telefono.
so I can't stream. Questo live adesso.
Sì, ma non si può fare.
Va bene. So they lie here. Molto bugiardo. So I gotta go.